really sunny. Hey guys, I wrote down a list of things that I would want to do throughout my YouTube time, and my first idea is to plan with me for a week.
Hey guys, so I realized that I kept on saying schedule with me for a week when I actually meant day. It doesn't really make any sense to do it for a week long because it's the same process every single day. So yeah,
I have to do a lot of planning because I do not have that many classes, but I do have quite a lot to do every day. So I thought it would be interesting to kind of show you how I plan my week. The first thing I use when planning is my phone. Out of the ordinary activities are on my phone in a calendar that I share with my boyfriend, my mum, and someone else. They can all add stuff to it as well in case there's something like I'm currently moving, so a lot of the stuff that's in here I'm trying to sell, and my mom's doing that for me. So whenever she makes an appointment for me to sell something, I need to be home. So she puts that in my calendar, I can just see it. So in my regular calendar that comes with my iPhone, I can see the appointments I have for the week. So the first thing I always try to do every single day is to just keep that updated in my paper planner, because I actually really like to have a physical planner and just write your stuff down. My planner that I have is from personalplanner.com, and I think I will probably make a video on how I make my planner on there. I've been making my planners there for the past 5 years and I love it. It's quite expensive, but I find it so worth it, and I do use my planners a lot. I just love how customizable it is, and you can literally change everything you want. We're in week 9 at the moment and it's Saturday. Right now I'm just quickly going to flip through all the appointments I have in my calendar and write them down in my paper planner if I don't have them in there already.
Thinking of you.
So whilst looking through my calendar, I also quickly texted my mom to ask if there's any appointments this week that I haven't written down, because I knew for sure that there would be an appointment this week because someone is buying the TV. I just didn't know when it was. We discussed it, but we actually hadn't written it down yet. So I just quickly had to ask her. Another thing that I use, of course, is my school application. So my school has a schedule. It's called Azimuth, and it's actually created by conservatory students, which is quite cool. Most of my classes that I have this week are already in my planner, in my physical planner, because I do that every once in a while. I just do like a couple months. I think I do it per semester, and we have 2 semesters, so I do 6 months at a time whenever I have some leftover time. So I'm gonna quickly go there and see if I forgot anything.
another reason why I have to check my school schedule, even though I already do it once per semester, is because we do have some irregular classes that happen on a different day every single week, which is quite annoying because I can never count on a class being at a certain time, but you know, that's school life for you. So I didn't really clarify that in the video, but that's the main reason why I checked it again.
Now, how I go about my day differs from day to day. I always plan my full day a day beforehand, so I know what time to wake up. It depends. If I want to have more of a strict schedule, I would do it in Google Calendar. However, I don't really like to do that because a strict schedule is really hard to follow, and there's always something that happens throughout the day where my complete day just messes up everything. So I never like to do that. If I don't use Google Calendar, which I don't really use that often, I use another planner for that, and it's on paper. I use a day planner, and I actually don't remember where I bought this. I think I bought this in Rotterdam when I was away on sister day with my sister. And this is what it looks like. I think I showed it before in a video. On the left side there is an hourly schedule, which I will be using a lot. What I like about the hourly schedule is that you can make time slots for certain activities, but you don't schedule every single activity to the minute. And then there's notes, which I hardly ever use, and main objective, which I hardly ever use, and daily doodle, which I never use. But it is quite handy because I do have it open all the time, so if I have to write something down really quickly, I can just do it there. What I do use a lot is tasks. So here are my tasks. I always write them down, and then I write down before that line how long I think I'll be doing that activity. Now that you've had the introduction, let's go ahead and schedule the next day. Hey guys, so it's evening now, and in the evening is mostly when I do my planning. I actually had a sit down with Conrad because tomorrow is Sunday, so I most likely have a lot of activities with him, so I just penciled down when I would have what activity until when with him, so I know exactly when to block out time. So let's get into the actual planning of the day.
So the first thing I do is put the two schedules next to each other to actually block out the times that I have appointments, and I always include travel time with that because in travel time you can't really do anything else, so it's better to just entirely block those periods out. The next thing I do is write down all the tasks that I would want to do and write down how long I think I'll be taking for every activity. Because it was Sunday, I decided I wanted to do a little less violin practicing and piano practicing and do more of other tasks. I tried to be a bit more realistic and take a bit more time for every activity because I'd rather take more time for every activity and then have a bit of a break in between than schedule too little time and then having to skip entire activities because there isn't any time. After I'm done with the to-do list, I start putting the activities in my time slots. I try to keep the 1 hour time slots in mind, but sometimes they just cross over because a 45-minute task is just really hard to put somewhere, so I always just put it somewhere random. If I do want it to stop at a certain time, I would write a stripe, so I would actually stop at that certain time. And I always try to plan more in the mornings and have more of a relaxed evening. I'd rather schedule a relaxed evening and do tasks there that I couldn't get to in the morning than having my entire evenings also planned out and then not being able to do any of those activities because there just wasn't any time left.
So I realized it didn't really make an outro, so that's what I'm gonna do now. The last thing I try to keep in mind when scheduling everything is to switch up activities. So practicing music, switch that with something where I'm seated down or something that I need to concentrate and use my brain for more. So I try to switch them up so I don't get bored of an activity. And also, for example, my violin, for my wrist, I try to make 30 minutes time slots. It's really hard for me to practice longer than 30 minutes because it just starts hurting my wrist. So I try to schedule in multiple 30 minutes time slots for my violin and then mix it up with something else, and it's just really great for my mind as well. So I'm actually constantly doing something else. And yeah, that's kind of how I schedule my day. I do this every single evening. I don't like scheduling stuff in the morning because then I already lost some of my morning. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any suggestions on videos you would like to see in the future, comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I hope to see you in the next video next week. Bye guys!
Thinking of